On a cold morning, December 26, 1996, John and Patsy Ramsey awoke to a nightmare. Their daughter, JonBenét, a beauty pageant kid with bright promise, was missing. A ransom note demanding $118,000 lay on the stairs. Hours later, John Ramsey found JonBenét's body in the basement. The shocking details: she had been strangled, suffered head injuries, and evidence pointed to something brutal. Through the years, the case grew tangled. The parents, initially under intense suspicion, were later exonerated. In 2008, new DNA evidence cleared John, Patsy, and their young son, Burke. Still, DNA collected from JonBenét's clothes pointed to an unknown male. Investigators opened the possibility that an intruder, someone not yet identified, may have been involved. Now, nearly 3 decades later, something shifts. Advances in DNA technology, including genetic genealogy, and a fresh wave of public interest have kindled renewed hope. John Ramsey, aging but unbowed, has expressed optimism that these new tools could break the case open. He's pushing for re-examination of old evidence, looking for DNA matches in relative databases. Investigators are responding. The Boulder Police Department has acknowledged criticisms of early investigative missteps and improper management of the crime scene. They say they are embracing these new methods, retesting items, working with external forensic experts, and listening to fresh tips. Most recently, over 100 new leads have been submitted in the wake of renewed media attention. The public is watching like never before. A docuseries called Cold Case: Who Killed JonBenét Ramsey has shone bright lights into corners of the case that had long been darkened. It questions past assumptions, highlights pieces of evidence that were never examined, and stirs conversation about what-ifs and might-bes. For John Ramsey, every day without resolution is painful. He remembers his daughter as a little blonde girl, still 6 in his heart. He sees friends of JonBenét, once children themselves, now grown people. She'd be 34 this year, he says. It's the hardest thing, seeing the world move forward when hers stopped. So what stands in the way? First, much of the physical evidence is old, some degraded, some mishandled. DNA samples that weren't usable then may be usable now, but some evidence may be gone. Second, the case is complicated by years of public assumptions, rumors, and conflicting reports. And third, solving it requires both scientific precision and courage from people willing to speak, to share memories, to revisit investigations long thought cold. Still, despite the decades, the case is very much alive.